Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Theory of Why. On today's show, we're going to talk a little bit about ROI, those three little letters that seem really intimidating when you're in the world of marketing and fundraising. Now, I understand that you might have a board or a boss or a CEO or whoever it is that is hawking you for the ROI or the results on every marketing and fundraising tactic that you put out into the market, whether that's an email, an event, or a direct mailer. They're asking you, hey, what are the results? What am I seeing? Why are we even doing marketing? You might have a CEO or a board member that doesn't even believe in marketing. Well, I'm also here to tell you that ROI doesn't have to be as intimidating as it seems. And there are a couple of quick tricks that you can use to implement into your budget, into your planning, that will really take the fear out of those three little letters. So let's start with number one. I'm actually going to introduce you to three other letters that you're going to love. These are KPIs, that's key performance indicators. Every time that you do a marketing tactic, whether that's a large campaign on social media, a direct mailer, or an event, you need to have these key performance indicators and you need to know what they are. Now, the simplest way to create KPIs is to look at your goals and say, okay, what metrics do we need to hit in order for these goals to come true? So if your goal is to get 100 new followers on social media, or 50 new donors, or 250 people to show up to the event, then you're going to have KPIs that tie directly into them. Now, the KPIs are not the goals. These are metrics that show you're working towards the goals. So for example, with your social media post, the KPI might be increased engagement, or you might be looking to have a reach of 10,000 individuals or 5,000 impressions. But you'll be able to say, hey, we're on track to hit those goals. And from that goal, you're on track to hit your ROI. Now, the second thing, and arguably, in my opinion, the most important, is that every tactic should have a different ROI calculation for your marketing budget. Now, the impact that you're going to create on an awareness or an education effort, like a social media post or an activation toolkit, or even a direct mailer, is going to have a much different impact on your bottom line than, say, an event or a fundraising day like Giving Tuesday. Now, if you look at them the exact same, you're going to be disappointed. You might say, hey, social media is not important, or we shouldn't do direct mail, or we shouldn't do this item. But at the end of the day, each one of them should have different goals. And so if the goals are donations, then you need to really look at what that ROI percentage is. But if the goal is awareness and education, then you might have to be comfortable with spending a little bit more just for that reach. The last thing is about your budget itself. Now, whether your budget is $1,000, $100,000, or $1 million, it's important that you know where you're going to spend your money and what results you're going to create. So one of the recommendations that I always give to nonprofits and businesses alike is that you should be able to track 70 to 80% of your marketing budget back into your bottom line. So you need to know exactly where those dollars are going and what impact they're creating. That leaves 20 to 30% for a little bit of experimentation. Maybe you want to try an event that you've never done before. You want to try some experiential marketing. That's where you can kind of have a little bit of fun and try to create something new. But that 70 to 80% is important. You need to know that it's working and you need to know what results they are. This way you can go and present to that board member or to the board as a whole or to your CEO and say, hey, this is what we're doing and this is why I'm leaving that 20 to 30% for a little bit of fun. So all in all, when you think about ROI, instead of thinking about it as an intimidating thing, think about it as an opportunity to have a little bit more fun and really a little bit more of entertainment when it comes to your presentations to your boss or to your board. So your challenge for today is that when you go in the next month, maybe next quarter, and you start on a marketing campaign or a new marketing tactic, set the KPIs and understand what the ROI is within the goal. Look at it and say, is this an awareness play or is this a fundraising play? And build that percentage from there. That'll do it for today. Have a great night.